All right, the second witness in the murder trial of a former Orlando Pirates and Bafana goalkeeper Senzo Meyiwa has taken the stand in the High Court in Pretoria. Let's take you live there now.
Before you leave me behind. Sorry. So the fact that he is, and that's why I was reluctant to get into it. You are saying the category in which he is what justifies where he is now.
Yes, ma'am.
You did go into issues of sentenced, which begin to sit unwell, because I don't want to sit here and hear that a person who is undergoing trial has other issues. That should not be the case. But all you are saying is that you applied the rules applicable under correctional services, which have to do with whether a person is awaiting trial or sentenced, and the category in which he falls resulted in him being where he is now.
Yes, my lord. What I'm saying is that Johannesburg prison, it's a medium prison, and then where he is now, it's a maximum prison, and then the sentence that he was given classifies him or makes him to be a maximum. So that's why he's kept in a maximum prison. That's the only reason that he's in a maximum prison.
So it's not unique to him. If a person is under the circumstances you have explained, that is how that person is kept in prison.
It's not unique to him, my lord.
Yeah, I like I said, I'm not going to inquire further into it. It's starting to tease out issues that should not even be mentioned before me. I think Mr. Tefo, as a lawyer, if this situation is totally unacceptable, resort to the law.
Take the president to court.
Whatever you do, I don't want to tell you what to do.
That's the only alternative.
Well,
yes.
Yes.
Because all this, with the due respect to the officer, Mr. Matiwula, what's your position there?
I'm internal security manager.
Okay. You are not. We are supposed to see the head here, not you. Because
no, Mr. Tefo.
No, that's fine.
That's why I didn't want to entertain, because you have this tendency of throwing things onto the podium or onto the fray, which, I mean, he has come to make an explanation. If you are not satisfied with his explanation and you want what you are starting to mention, then go for that. Don't start ridiculing him about his unfitness to be here. That's not the way to do things.
But Your Lordship, this was instruction to my learned colleague, to Advocate Baloyi last week, that the head of the president should be here. So that she or he will make a better explanation. He will make a better answering from my question. Because what I'm saying, what he's saying, what Mr. Matiwula is saying, is totally not true. That is a clear discrimination, which is not fair to my client. He cannot say Johannesburg prison is just admission center. That is not true. So during the time when he was sentenced, for the reason that he was sentenced for, that happened in the jurisdiction of Johannesburg. That's why the J70 was signed by the previous judge when he was given the sentence to Johannesburg prison. So here, he was brought here during these allegations of the current case that we are facing now. But all that you say is not true.
But you heard what I said, that it is starting to tease out issues that should not unfold before me, especially in the light of a trial that is running which involves your client, accused number 3.
And we were not saying, Your Lordship, we are not saying they should remove him from Hoshimampuri. We are saying transfer him to New Lock. That's all what we are asking for. By whose judgment is he relevant for the maximum?
Advocate, therefore, from what he is saying, this prison is refusing. What you are saying, it is refusing.
Then I'll take them to the court.
I have already said that you are a lawyer.
Yes.
Then do what needs to be done if you are hard done by the response of the prison.
That will happen. Thank you.
Mr. Matebula, thank you for coming and for affording us with an explanation. I have already said that I cannot be the judge of what you said and what Advocate Tefo is saying, including what Advocate Baloyi has said. But those are the issues, and I'm going to postpone with everyone where they were, but the long and the short of it is that accused number 3 is feeling hard done by, and they also challenge what you just told us today. Last week I did say that I don't know much about the rules to be applied to different categories of people in prison, but that is the long and the short of it, and it remains for me just to thank you for being here, and everyone will take the matter forward as they deem fit from here.
Thank you, Mama.
With that out of the way, we postpone this matter. Oh,
My Lord, I'm also sitting with one problem regarding my client of being put in isolation room, my Lord, without giving reasons. And he has been denied the benefits that he's supposed to be getting in prison. I have directed the letter, my Lord, of which I have not been given reasons.
Advocate Baloyi.
My Lord,
In my younger days, we used to know this as solitary confinement, and it would evoke all sorts of reactions, be it from even the United Nations. The claim by advocate is that her client is kept in solitary confinement. And you heard what we said about the other accused number 3. And if it's solitary confinement, I don't know its nature, the nature of what he is undergoing. I used to know about Section 6 of the
security
Terrorism
legislation,
Act,
yes.
the Terrorism Act, which had elements in it which were totally against the observation of human rights. That's the concern. We were focusing on accused number 3. That is the concern that your colleague is now bringing up. If there is that, I think you should take it up, because there should be an avoidance of punishment before a sentence is meted out.
Indeed, my Lord, I can confirm that we received a letter from Counsel for Accused number 5, and we brought it to the attention of Correctional Services at Lukop, and this response is based on it's a response to the letter that Advocate Mshololo wrote to the head of Lukop Prison. That these are measures that are done based on the fact that security issues have been taken into account, and the nature of the risk involved, my Lord.
Advocate Mshololo, it's starting to sound very similar to what was said before, and it might mean that you will have to go the same route that your colleague Advocate Tefo
As the court pleases, my
might
lord.
have to go. Like I kept on saying repeatedly, that having been looked at, we now postpone this matter overnight to the 26th of April 2022. The aspect of time, Advocate, we had said, unless you could not attend to that, we had said that we should explore possibilities of starting earlier at 9:30. If you haven't been able to fully attend to that, we will stick to 10, but I would urge you to explore possibilities of us starting earlier.
9:30, I think 9:30 is in order, my lord.
Is it in order?
Yes.
Will everyone be here?
Yes.
This case is postponed with the accused in custody. It's postponed overnight to the 26th of April 2022 at 9:30.
Well, the trial has been postponed, as you've just heard, to tomorrow at 9:30. And just in the latter part of that case, what was happening was a separate matter that was being heard. A second witness in the murder trial of former Orlando Pirates and Bafana goalkeeper Senzo Meyiwa has also just stepped down. They were discussing matters relating to accused number 3, and that is of an accommodation issue, as well as accused number 5 alleges that that they are being kept in solitary confinement. Now, those separate issues have been postponed to a later date, which is next month. But the trial will definitely resume tomorrow at 9:30. But earlier today, you know, the first witness was called, and he was police forensic crime scene investigator Thabo Musia. He took the stand. The official, he presented a sketch plan and a photo album of the Foslorus house and scene where Meyiwa was murdered in cold blood, and that obviously happened on the 26th of October in 2014. What also happened earlier is that we saw the lawyer representing the former girlfriend of Senzo Meyiwa, and she'd been asked to leave the court in Pretoria. But our reporter, Hasina Gori, is there, and she will obviously give us the breakdown in terms of what transpired in court. It is 3:58. I'll be back with more of your top stories.